Coming up on Dude, Don't Just Lick Stuff.
Like scary, twisty points at this big lady with a little cat hat.
Angry gods.
And runs away like a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
In heat.
No?
Maybe.
Your paralysis demons. Your sleep paralysis demons.
Nightmare.
We'll take either.
If you're sleeping right now,
Nightmare.
go to sleep. This dish would be way better if it was just the sidewalk.
Fall.
It's Beaver time!
I've soiled my tunic.
Welcome back to Dude, Don't Just Lick Stuff, the Adventure Time Rewatch podcast with a flair for food. I'm Savy, and with me as always is my favorite and your favorite. He better be your favorite brother. Seth, say hi, Seth.
Hello, Seth. It's okay if I'm not your favorite.
Just thought I'd start off by threatening the audience.
It's okay if I'm not your favorite.
No, he has to be your favorite. If you have brothers, he's your favorite brother.
All right.
How
Hi,
you
guys.
doing?
I'm good. It's the same day as last week.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pretend to have another story.
We did change our clothes.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why we did that. If we just set up straight up, we're going to. Well, my day was pretty good. I fell asleep on the couch. Woke up confused. You, if you watched last week, you know what's up.
You know what's up. Your cat's been very sweet to me today.
Yeah, he only has like struck maybe once. I don't know.
He hasn't struck me yet.
Well.
He was like, don't push it, but.
Well, how was your day? What have you done?
Basically the same thing as last episode. I had too much time this morning, so I was like, I'm ahead of schedule. Then fucked around, and then I was like, shit, I'm running behind now.
And that's all the recap you guys get.
That's it.
My mouth still tastes like onion.
Yeah, we just took a little bit of break to upload the stuff from the last episode.
Took a little bit, but in the meantime, this is, what is it? Season 2, episode 18, Susan Strong.
Susan Strong. Are you ready for some deets?
Well, tell me all about it.
Well, guess when it aired?
9/11. March 9th.
March 7th.
Oh, that's actually
That's
today.
2011. It was directed by Larry Likeleader, story by Mark Banker, Kent Osborne, Patrick McHale, and Pendleton Ward. Written and storyboarded by Adamuto and Rebecca Sugar.
Very cool, very cool.
Synopsis.
Yep.
Finn is excited to discover a tribe of Hyoomans living underground, including a big, strong human girl he names Susan Strong, but gets more than he expected when he tries to teach her about the surface world.
It's true. All of that.
All that. I have a little bit of trivia.
You're giving chameleon right there.
A little bit of trivia before we hop in. This is the only episode to have its storyboard released before it aired.
Mm-hmm.
And then cultural references. The hatch in the title card depicting Finn and Jake looking down it are references to the TV series Lost.
Oh, I never really got into Lost. I knew of it, and I've seen like an episode here and there, like when it was going. Never really cared about it.
I also never got into it. I know our stepmom was like really into it. Also, it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think we said it last time, or I said it last time, but we're saying it now.
We're saying it now.
Happy birthday, stepmother.
The storyboard originally contained a scene labeled The Lost Pan that featured numerous references to Lost, including the frozen wheel, the Swan Station computer, and Locke's wheelchair. However, this scene was cut from the episode.
I was going to say, I don't remember any of that.
No, it was cut.
I was like, I did a bad job at notes. Well, let's get into it. And we start by going with PB and the boys for a little hike. Mm-hmm. She's telling them stories about her relatives, and then she incorrectly assumes that Finn has any memory of, and stories of his relatives.
Sure.
His human counterparts. Finn's never met a human before.
No.
And
it's really fucking dark.
He begins to get all soul-searchy and weird, But she quickly changes the subject, recognizing this is awkward, and asks them to help her rip out a bunch of stumps. Finn's still like slinking and kind of like, And then Jake's all gung-ho and excited. He's like, let's do it. Trying to cheer his buddy up. It turns into what's called a Jake Exploder.
Yeah, to try to like lighten the mood.
And so he throws him like a grenade and like knocks a whole stump out of the ground. So I'm like,
yeah. So I think what he does is he's like smaller and gets like under the stump and then expands. Maybe.
I was wondering how, because I couldn't see the fine
how
detail
did
of
this
that.
happen?
But yeah, he blows up like a grenade. And so then that snaps Finn out of his funk right away. He's all good to go. And then she acknowledges that he's out of his funk.
Yeah.
About being the only human. Hi, bud.
Hi.
And that gets him out of his funk pretty much immediately. And PB acknowledges that that he's out of the funk for being the only human around and realizes it's awkward and leaves.
She's like, bye-bye. You guys got this, right?
Unbothered, Finn chucks the Jake Exploder again and again, but to their surprise, he actually hits a metal bunker thingy this time.
Yeah, I don't think this is a stump.
No, it's metal. But they open the hatch and they look inside and they waste no time and jump into it. They quickly find it's like a dump, and then they finally run into people that live down there.
Yes.
And they're like, whoa, and they're like running around each other, scaring each other. Finn's got a flashlight, points at this big lady with a little cat hat and big old shadow behind her, and then she's scared of her own shadow, you know?
Right.
So Finn gets closer and realizes that like these could be humans, you know? But Jake's really distracted on that they're scared of their shadows and that they can rule them like gods. Angry gods. And he finds the first woman he saw with the flashlight.
He was talking about the sun, and he's like, the sun, and she's all, Susan. He's like, Susan? Awesome.
So names are Susan. Finn's getting closer and realizing, that these could be humans. And the excitement, though, keeps startling them a bit.
Yes.
And Jake's like, stop.
He's like, you gotta be, what did he say? You gotta be gentle with wild animals.
Yeah. He's trying to beckon her to go outside to like explore the surface with him. And then eventually everyone else will follow too. But like he wants to take her. So Jake turns into his cozy little couch.
Yeah, like little shades.
And then Finn like sits on. He's like,
Come on.
And so then Jake takes them fully as couch, still like walking out of the hatch. And this is where things get a little whack, and this is how it's going to be for the whole frickin' episode.
Yeah. Before we get into that, the animal costumes that the humans wear could be an allusion to Peter Pan's Lost Boys.
Oh, because she's wearing a cat hat, and there's other ones wearing like
they all had different
deer,
animal
like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the nuclear bunkers that the humans live in are similar to the Fallout series vaults.
Makes sense.
Which are also used to protect the inhabitants from nuclear weapons. One such vault, Vault 12, was designed to not close properly in war. Do you know anything about Fallout?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played some of the games.
Okay, so you know that like some of them, like a lot of them, were like experiments and stuff. As a result, its population of humans turned into ghouls, which may suggest the fish people being created in a similar way.
I was thinking something similar, actually.
Yeah, from like the exposure to radiation during the Great Mushroom War, and then they just kind of, not ghouls, but became different.
Right. This, like I said, establishes sort of a pattern that's going to be a theme in this episode, as she's scared of everything because she's never been up here. So she jumps out and lands on the grass and immediately is tweaking about the grass. And Finn's like, no, it can't hurt you, and then so she collapses straight on her face, and Jake's like, well, she's dead.
Yep, killed by surface world germs.
And he's like, what, really? And then she starts rolling around. He's like, nah, I was just kidding. But
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, so she rolls around in the grass. She gets basically this, quote, grass blood all over her. Like, she's got like the little green chlorophyll, whatever, all over her. And then Finn's like, oh man, like you got grass blood. And then he goes to wipe it off, and she's freaking out.
With a hanky.
We're freaking out about a hanky now. Finn's like, dude, what? How am I going to show her everything if everything sets her off and she's freaking out? And Jake, of course, says patience, which I didn't realize that's where I got that from.
Patience.
And Finn is determined to take it slow, one bit at a time. So
incremental time.
Yes. And so he goes slow, and they're walking now, and they see a dancing bug and some rocks, and that Susan crushes with ease, all before they sit by the fire and start making some marshmallows. Seeing her so curious, and like as Jake's playing his little guitar, or I think he's playing viola at first. I could be wrong.
I think it was guitar.
Well, at first I think he, like, before they were sitting down, I think he
maybe.
was, and then it switched to guitar, I think. And then she starts like singing a little bit, even though she's not really like saying any words.
Just kind of humming with
And
it.
it's kind of like, nah, whatever. So just seeing her so happy and curious and excited. Finn's like literally beaming. Like you see actual like little dashed line beams coming from
kind
him.
of just like excited, but yeah.
So he likes this lady, and enough to the point where he begins to sing, accompanied by Jake's guitar, which is actually ukulele. So I don't know if he's playing any guitar knowers. 5th fret capo, and then playing like only the bottom 4 strings is how you can emulate a ukulele. My guitar is right there. I could do it right now, but I don't want to.
I was gonna say
That'd be funny. But so basically, he's singing a little song dedicated to Susan. And I know you told me beforehand that you have some stuff about this, and it was concerning because there have been some rewrites. And I would like for now you to read. Do you have the original?
I have part of the original.
Okay, I would like
in
to
a voice
hear.
note.
Okay, I'd like to hear it.
So I'll preface this by saying Rebecca Sugar changed the Susan Strong song that Pendleton Ward made because it was too inappropriate.
Yeah.
And so he sings part of it in the DVD commentary, and he's like, "That's all I can sing because I'll get in trouble."
Because I'll get canceled by the woke left.
So let me pull that up because when I'm listening to the DVD commentary, I record it so that I can take notes and not have to do notes at the same time.
I can sing a little bit of the original Susan Strong song. Sure. I was cowering in the nook of a tree. You rescued me from a minotaur. The blood ran down your powerful forearm and dripped off your enormous sword, Susan Strong. That's as far as I can go.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound anything like how the song ends
No.
up at all. But I also forgot to note at the beginning when we talked about her name, the history of Susan Strong.
Uh-huh.
So her story started as a free MMO that Pat McHale and Pendleton Ward used to play in college.
Oh.
It was one with like only buff women with
nice.
torn up clothes like how she has, and like with giant swords and stuff. And his character, because you can make your own, you know, was called Susan Strong, and she had blonde hair. And so that's where the origin of her character came from.
Yeah, she's jacked beyond belief.
Yeah. So we didn't get anything like really inappropriate in that little soundbite, but he's like, I can't sing anymore.
Well, you led me to believe that was juicy, and that's
It's a little
It's
juicy.
not at all. That was pretty tame. I was actually kind of annoyed, and I wish that you didn't do that. So
Sorry.
well, I'm just kidding. They start to, after the song's all done, he's sparkling, he's loving it. They're having a good time. They're falling in love. They start to roast their marshmallows. Jake makes it perfectly golden brown. Finn is burning it to his liking. And Susan's just chewing on the stick because she don't know what's going on. So then Jake hooks over the marshmallow into her mouth, and she goes full rabid. Like she goes like savage. What's the
She's like into
feral.
sugar.
She's like really into it, and then Finn's like, well, like you like that? Like we'll go to the Candy Kingdom.
That whole place is sugar.
And Jake is like, I think she's too into candy.
Maybe a little bit too much.
And he kind of warns about it. But cut to PB saying, it's so nice to meet you, Susan. Like pleasantries. And then she kind of whispers in Finn's ear, being like, hey, where was all the candy you were taught about?
Yeah, because they're leaving now. And she's like, what the hell?
Like, I thought everything, like, where's all the candy? And he's like, no, like, you misunderstand. This is the candy.
Yeah, he says the ground, the buildings, even the people.
And then there's Peppermint Butler, like, hello. And then Susan immediately goes, takes a big old chomp on Peppermint Butler, also PB, which is hard to
I know.
distinguish for me whenever I'm doing my notes. So I always have to type out Peppermint B or Peppermint Butler.
Like I think they refer to him in the shorthand in the show as Pet Butt.
Oh, I don't like that.
All right.
Well, she's eating on him, and Finn's like, no, bad Susan. Like, like the ones we don't eat them. Like the ones that talk, they have aspirations.
I love that line so much. They got
And
aspirations.
so she's like, okay, I understand. And he's like, yeah, here. And he
She's
grabs
like kind of confused.
grabs a chunk of the sidewalk and then like, here, eat this. And then she loves it, and she's having a good time. And then she says, I'm gonna bring my friends up here, and we're gonna eat the entire Candy Kingdom.
Right.
And Finn's like, you can't do that. No. And she's like, no, you won't misunderstand. Not Red Stripe Man, but everyone else. And she runs off.
So bye-bye.
Finn goes to chase after her to no avail. She loses him. So now he feels the responsibility to go protect the Candy Kingdom.
Yeah.
So he warns Princess Bubblegum, and she's like, don't worry, like the candy people can be very scary when they want to. Blue, blue, blue.
They're doomed.
And meanwhile, now Susan is gathering up her people. They're all going through what she went through, freaking out about the grass. But
Right.
now she's using those lessons against Finn by teaching all of them.
Just grass.
It's just grass. And so then they're learning. It's probably a long trip.
I would say so. They had time to prepare.
You're right. But so they were off to the Candy Kingdom. Meanwhile, they're in the armory being like, all these weapons are too cute to be dangerous or scary.
Yeah.
And then Princess Bubblegum says that their citizens are ready and they've never been more horrifying. And they go
so
outside to see them. They're all just like in like witch costumes. And like,
she's like, I dressed them as witches and ghouls.
and like apprehensible costumes of evil, and they're just like cute little costume candy people.
It's like they're trick-or-treating.
Right. And Finn's like, this is not gonna work. But then he sees a shadow cast from one of these candy people,
Yeah,
and
like a
they
little
are
gumdrop.
horrifying.
Right.
Like they're very like scary, twisty, exaggerated beasts of sorts. And so like, oh, we're gonna need some bigger wax paper. And so now Susan and the frickin' Hyoomans arrive, and there's a giant sheet of wax paper in front of the Candy Kingdom gates, and they light up a big fire and put all the candy people in front to make the giant shadows.
The
And
very scary looking ones.
gnarly looking shadows. The humans are like, but Susan's like, no, just shadows. So now they're fine, and they press on, and they're like, shit, we thought that would work.
They learned how to learn.
They learned how to learn real fast.
I love that. No, they learned how to learn.
It was very good. But Finn pivots again, or he was trying to pivot again, but then these marshmallows come in, voiced by Tom Kenny, of course.
Of course.
And says like, we're man mellows now, and that we never run from a scrap.
Exactly.
And they are going to be projected as shadows, but then fire got too big, caught them on fire.
Yes.
And Finn's going out there to do some negotiating.
Be like, the candy people won't hurt you.
Yeah, so he's trying to reason with them and say that they're of no harm or no threat. Just as he says that, that's when the man mellows come out, all on ablaze.
Busting through the parchment paper.
And they're lighting these humans on fire.
Yeah.
Like they're like like animal head things and whatever. And so they're frantic. Everyone's frantic. And Finn's like, shit. Like,
My people.
Yeah, and that's his whole like inner thing. This whole entire episode is like,
He doesn't want to hurt the humans.
but like he wants to, bring humanity around because it's his people,
Yeah.
or so he thinks.
Or so he thinks.
As they catch on fire, the people abandon their helmets, and they are revealed to have like fish-like fins, gills, and it was freaky. And he's like, whoa,
like, those aren't humans.
he's like, so what's going on? And then he sees Susan as she's running away and stops her and says, like, what are you?
Yeah, are you a human?
And then she just looks at him and runs away like a chimpanzee
Yeah.
in heat.
No.
Maybe.
So for the Marshmallow Kids, when I was listening to the DVD commentary, they're saying that they were only allowed to have them on fire if they were smiling, if they were like cool with it,
Right.
basically.
Interesting. Well, they the marshmallows, they're all burnt up, but then they just like peel off their like blackened like exterior, and they're like, we're just gonna be gooey for a while.
Yeah, they're like rejuvenated.
Which, by the
almost.
way, his voice sounded different after they were burned.
I thought so too.
I didn't think it was Tom Kenny the second time.
like a younger voice, right?
Yeah, or maybe he really did do something to make it see like
Maybe
he intentionally went, but it like I know his voice, and so it just didn't sound like his voice.
it sounded very different.
And maybe that was intentional. Maybe it was just like, we couldn't get him in that day. Who knows? But either way, he's pretty bummed out, needless to say.
Absolutely.
Because he doesn't know for sure, but he's like drawing the conclusion that, I don't think she was human either. Or like at least what he is, a version of human. And Jake goes to check in on him after he's like, yeah, we did it. What's going on? Like, how are you feeling?
Right.
And he's like, well, like, do you think she was human or just another wild animal? We're all wild animals, brother. I guess we are, brother. The end.
The end.
It was really sad.
It was sad, but it was kind of like, well, it was sad for Finn because he felt like he had found people to belong with and to, I guess, you know, and then realized like, oh no, I'm still alone.
And
you know?
like, not even that, but like, even if they were kind of like similar, or like, even if they could have gone on as like same species, like, you know what I mean? Like, eventually just like had his own community sort of thing. It's like, it's just still like the woman that he was like connecting with, like, just like couldn't look at him anymore, had to run away, like wouldn't explain or try. She's just gone. So it's like, well, like, what was all this for, kind of vibe.
Yeah,
you
like, because he was lonely before, but now after having that experience, he feels lonelier.
Yeah,
you know. I did want to say that I can't remember who. I think it was Sambali's iPhone who came up with like the language that the humans speak, because they would come up with like what lines they wanted them to say and then translate it into that language that they were speaking, which is kind of neat.
Interesting.
And then I have a little cultural reference here that I did a small deep dive on.
Oh.
So the events in this episode are similar to the narrative of Plato's allegory of the cave. In this allegory, Plato describes people who have spent their entire lives chained by their necks and ankles in front of an inner wall with a view of the empty outer wall of the cave. Right? They observe the shadows projected onto the outer wall by objects carried behind the inner wall by people who are invisible to the chained prisoners, and who walk along the inner wall with a fire behind them, creating the shadows on the inner wall in front of the prisoners. The sign bearers pronounce the names of the objects, the sounds of which are reflected near the shadows and are understood by the prisoners as if they were coming from the shadows themselves. Only the shadows and sounds are the prisoners' reality, which are not accurate representations of the real world. The shadows represent distorted and blurred copies of reality we can perceive through our senses, while the objects under the sun represent the true forms of objects that we can only perceive through reason. 3 higher levels exist, you know, like natural science, deductive mathematics, geometry and logic, and theory of forms. Socrates explains how the philosopher is like a prisoner freed from the cave and comes to understand that the shadows on the wall are not the direct source of the images seen. A philosopher aims to understand and perceive the higher levels of reality. However, the other inmates of the cave do not even desire to leave their prison, for they know no better life.
Interesting.
And I'm like, that was a fun little tidbit. That was just, it had mentioned that one off, like, oh, it might be part of this. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
Oh, also, no censorship for the last couple episodes.
Oh, honestly, maybe there was last week and I did not see
There
it.
wasn't. I looked
Oh, cool.
when I was looking for censorship for this one.
So glad you did.
Would you like to know where the snail was?
I sure would. I know this one's pretty early.
It was early.
Early snail day.
2 minutes and 14 seconds, standing by the garbage where the humans are hiding.
Very cool.
And by the way, when they say humans, like throughout all this, it's the first one was humans. The rest are Hyoomans. So humans, you know, because it's like they're human but not.
Right, just like a different species.
Different species.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you about ready to, I don't know, get cooking?
I think I'm ready to get cooking.
That's so cool. But first, what is that?
Whoa. Who is that?
What? It's empty. Whoa! Giant Jake head.
Yay! So, for those of you who don't know, it's not gonna. Oh, Seth, no. It probably hurts your nose.
A little bit. Yeah.
Hello. So for those of you who don't know, my household, we dressed up as Adventure Time characters in Mandalorian suits.
It was all 3D printed.
For Halloween this last year, 2025. And so my husband, Jake, went as the Jakealorian. And this was like one of the test helmets, but it was way too small. So his helmet's a lot bigger than that. So we had an extra helmet lying around, and I thought it would be really cool to add this to the set. Yeah. I'll include a picture here of what our costumes looked like.
Fun.
I was Lady Rainicorn in the Mandalorian suit.
She's like an iridescent like armor sort of thing.
It was kind of, but it was like multicolored, like with the different layers of filament and stuff. And then we had a Finn Mandalorian for our third person.
Well, cool.
Yeah. So
We'll
I
be back.
think it's time to get cooking again.
Let's do that thing. So when the world ends, where are you going to be? Are you going to be stuck in traffic? Are you going to be fighting over the last can of beans, crying in a parking lot? That sounds rough. Now imagine this instead. You're 30 feet underground, snacks fully stocked, Wi-Fi somehow working, and no zombies. Or whatever's going on. That's right, I'm talking about deluxe doomsday bunkers. These bad boys come with air filtration, comfy beds, and enough storage for your weird little canned soup obsession. It's basically a luxury apartment, but apocalypse proof. And hey, even if the world doesn't come to an end, you still have the coolest hangout spot ever. So don't wait for chaos, get ahead of it. Visit Doomsday Deluxe Bunkers and use code PANIC for 10% off your own survival. Because when it all goes down, we're going down in style.
This ad is for comedic purposes only. Any companies, products, or services mentioned are completely fictional and should not be taken seriously. This ad serves as a wildly self-indulgent attempt to launch a voice acting career. No actual endorsements, partnerships, or corporate conspiracies were harmed in the making of this ad. Many will enter, few will win. Enjoy responsibly.
Back to the show.
Welcome back. I just finished cooking. It was very minimal cooking today. And before we get into all of
Smells so
that,
good though.
I think we have a message from one of our sponsors.
You know, they're strong, there's Susan Strong, and then there's Strong Coffee Company. The 3 levels of strong. And if you want to be a jacked 8-foot mommy who doesn't speak English very well, I would recommend, you know, what's the language apps like Parrot, or what's the one you do?
I don't do a language app.
What's the like language service you do?
italki.
italki or Babbel. If you wanted English, you can go to there. But what we want is strong coffee to fill our strong bones in our strong brains. I'm talking nootropics. I almost said anaphylaxis. Hopefully not. That was a big long word. Nootropics, adaptogens. And
I was trying to figure out where you were going.
Nootropics, adaptogens, lion's mane's probably in it. Was it?
Yeah.
Ashwagandha? Which one? It was all those good stuff. It's a very healthy alternative to coffee. And as you saw us try our Chantilly cream drops that we had, those little gummies, those were so interesting. I was about to lie and say they were delicious. They were fine.
Weren't delicious.
They were fine, but they helped a lot, and it helps you focus throughout the day.
They weren't awful.
And their actual coffee, from the research I did do, can contain other like mushroomy stuff, like, you know, like the big like Rise, like that coffee company that's coming up.
Yeah.
It's very similar things.
It's coming up.
It's coming up a lot is what I meant to say, but it's all good stuff for you. It keeps you focused, and it's on the, like everything that is going around right now, it has protein. So stay jacked, stay strong. Don't get anaphylaxis. Come to strongcoffeecompany.com and use promo code DDJLS for 20% off of everything on their shop. And I mean t-shirts, supplements, whatever they got, the little drops we got, everything's 20% off. So everything. Not every store does that. Sometimes they'll just have like a little section that's like for that promo code. No, This is a whole site wide. So strongcoffeecompany.com, promo code DDJLS. I almost did that. I was like, no.
Because you've done it before. Strong coffee for your strong body.
Hey, oh, listen what I say. Oh, let's eat these marshmallows.
So, I did a better face of this one, but I scooped it out worse. So,
oh, interesting.
yes. So
She
the
made little
marshmallows
evil faces.
are gonna have little scary faces for the picture that you guys will see. These are spooky peanut butter s'mores baked in the oven. So Seth is not a huge fan of chocolate
or marshmallows.
He was like, it's too sweet, you know. So I thought, what's like a more savory pairing with marshmallows? And I thought of peanut butter. So peanut butter and graham cracker and butter. Oh no.
It's my table.
I'm fine.
Let me try one big bite. Oh, so sticky.
Marshmallows. I like the combo though. Thoughts?
While it's not as last time with your wonderful pork and fig jam.
That was 2 times ago.
Well,
I mean, because last time was the honey bunny.
oh, was it? Well,
3 episodes ago.
3 episodes ago when I was going. It's not that, but
But
it's not bad. I don't think I've ever had peanut butter and marshmallow together ever.
no, but I was thinking about it and I was like, I feel like that would go well.
It would.
together.
I mean, when you were telling me about it, it's like it does make sense. Mm-hmm. I can see a world where that works, and it does. I feel as if I need a slightly bigger chunk of the peanut butter.
You want more? There's more.
The only reason I'm saying that is like I would require more for how much volume of marshmallow.
Yeah.
I want like at least at minimum like a 50-50 ratio.
Oof.
Because
That's a lot of
I
peanut butter.
really don't like marshmallows like that. They're too squishy. They're too sticky.
I don't know the combination though. And I got crunchy peanut butter with the it's graham crackers mixed in, so it's not gluten free. So we'll see how that turns out later.
Hope you're okay.
Tastes good.
I'll check in with you later.
Thanks. Yeah, I got the crunchy one especially to make it kind of more like the sidewalk brittle, because I thought that would be like a fun texture to play with, but I didn't want to make brittle.
We all know how that turns out.
So yeah.
Well, it's good. I just require more of the peanut butter, I think, versus I'm going fine right now, but I'm like, if I were to eat like a whole thing of this, I'm like,
I don't think anyone can eat a whole pan of this.
you don't know what I can do. But if I had any more than this, basically, I think I'm already at my limit of marshmallow right now. I think I'm calling it after this last
Well,
bite.
you got a whole lot more peanut butter under those two
I know. I've been
marshmallows.
saving them for that. if I were to.
Yes, of course we had to do s'mores because of the brave marshmallow kids.
Yeah, it only occurred twice that there were roasting marshmallows in this episode,
Only twice.
which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice in the same episode. Well, very good.
And the only chocolate was the little scary face that I chewed with a toothpick.
So technically, still a s'more. Alrighty. Well, I think now is a good. Wow, you ate the. I'm not like.
Wow.
I'm just genuinely
Wow.
surprised. It took me a while to like eat. How many were there? 4?
I think so. I
Or
think I
5?
might have given you a little bit bigger slice.
But I was like, whoa, it was like hard. Anyways, let's remind everybody of the scale. Why don't we?
1.
Unacceptable. 2, we got boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom.
3, we got check,
Check,
please.
please.
4, we got flip.
Flip.
What the
the
zip?
zip?
5, we got
Ouch.
We can't keep doing that. 6, we got grease.
I heard it.
Glee. I did it. Glee. 7, we got schmouse out. 8, we got slam a cow. 9, we got tops blueby, which you would think is the top, but it's not because the top is mathematical. Very monotone this time.
I don't know what we were doing this time. And half point is a or a yeah.
It depends on what you prefer. Either or a yeah.
If you guys are confused, look at the last episode.
and support all other episodes while you're at it. If you have all that time in the day.
Yeah,
I
we
don't-
watch them all.
You know what? And I don't even care if you watch it. You could just pop it in a playlist and loop it and go to sleep. And we would be honored to be your comfort voices as you drift on to the dreamy beyond.
Or your paralysis demons, your sleep paralysis demons.
Nightmare.
We'll take either.
If you're sleeping right now,
Nightmare. We'll take either, honestly.
whatever gets us attention.
A friend of the show, though, actually said that because they like to put on podcasts. Well, podcasts. They like to put on YouTube videos to fall asleep to. And the last few times they've woken up in the middle of the night, it was our video playing. I'm like, oh, so we don't keep you asleep. I see.
No. Well, whatever works.
Maybe we should start a sleep podcast. Those are popular.
Ready? Go to sleep. Does that work?
Can you burp out, go to sleep?
Oh, do sleep.
Oh my god.
That was close.
I didn't expect that.
The second one just like it had a second wind. I was gonna go like go do sleep, but it went go. Well, anyways, you got like a 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, one of those.
Cool. Would you like to be a little bit more specific?
I wouldn't, but I have to. I am contractually obligated
Contractually
to.
obligated. So not as much.
It's not. It's not a 10.5.
Oh.
And it's not bad. It's actually really good. It's just like Hosier said, too sweet.
And I salted it up for you.
Still too sweet. It would have been great if it was just the sidewalk. DD jealous out of context.
Literally just the sidewalk.
This dish would be way better if it was just the sidewalk. It was really good, but it was not cha like the standard you have set for yourself. And so
True.
for that, and because last week you gave me Slam a Cow, I think this is I don't know, for my personal preference, slightly under the Bloomin' Onion.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm going to give this a schmouse out.
A schmauzo. All right, we'll take it. It was pretty easy,
Yeah.
you know.
You said this was going to take 2 minutes in the broiler, and
Because I prepped the crust before,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm just to toast the marshies. The marshy mallows, if you will.
but it was really good. Don't let that take away from. I know you can do. Cat break. Well, that's our show, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you want more of us on social media, you can go to Instagram and TikTok. Look up at DD Jealous Podcast.
If you want to see our bright and shining faces, and if you weren't already subscribed to the YouTube, you can head over to youtube.com/DDJLSpodcast or search Dude, Don't Just Lick Stuff.
And if you like emails, you can send us one. I'm talking ddjlspodcast@gmail.com.
Close.
It was pretty close.
Close. Or I don't have a musical one for this one. If
Why
you
not?
want it, because I didn't think of it that
I need
fast.
it here. Do it for the P.O. Box. You can do the P.O. Box, guys, while Savy's laughing through this. Sutter Creek, California, P.O. Box 183. I did it out of order. Move on. Go ahead.
You need a P.O. box.
I'm talking, I can give you my P.O. Box right now. It's 183 and it is in Sutter Creek. Zip code's 95685.
That's our P.O. box.
Address it to DDJLS.
You can send us mail to Dude Don't Just Lick Stuff
Yeah.
at that address. Bye.
I could have done that last week with the that one Greek story about the or what was it? I don't know. My notes are probably still here. I could just pull it up. But it was the one where it was like about the
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the
demon, like the dimension thing or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
And let me just actually pull it up because now it's gonna drive me crazy.
Pull up those notes.
Burb. Sorry. Got distracted. It was a really cool bird.